Depression is a response to things going wrong deep in our lives and our environments. Our pain makes sense. Mental health is produced socially. It's a social indicator. It requires social as well as individual solutions. Now, that is a very different way of thinking about depression and anxiety, but it happens to fit with the best scientific evidence.
I can wake up in the morning, everything's fine. The afternoon I could commit suicide. So sometimes special people are crazy. Because if I wasn't, I wouldn't do the stuff I do, would I? Still as sick as ever, still as depressed as life can be, and still don't really care if I die in any second of the moment. That's the way I live my life.
I've been as low as any man can go, as high as any man can go. You can always overcome all these problems that one may have. And I think people can relate to that when they see me fight again, and to come back from the brink of no return to getting back to the top of the world. That's going to be a statement for mental health itself. So I'm looking forward to that challenge.
I didn't think this day would come. He kept saying that he was going to get back into it, but looking at the size of him and the place he was in mentally, why has he proved me wrong and proved us all wrong, like he does time and time again?
Hello. Tyson Fury is a British professional boxer. After defeating long-reigning world champion Vladimir Klitschko, the victory earned Fury Fighter of the Year and Upset of the Year awards by The Ring. He was subsequently stripped of the IBF title later that year for being unable to grant a fight against their mandatory challenger, Glasgow. In 2016, Fury vacated the WBA, WBO, IBO, and lineal titles following a medical investigation and personal issues and 2 cancellations of the Klitschko rematch. In 2018, following more than 2 years of inactivity, The Ring stripped him of his last remaining title. Fury, his behavior is clearly one indicative of morbid depression. You can't just say it was a phase, that it's all in his head, or that he's just being dramatic. Something is off, and that something haunts his present experience. It's ironic hearing a man so large and dangerous speak of how vulnerable he truly is. But for many, this is a story they understand too well. Their toughest battles fought within the confines of their own mind, with sometimes their mind winning. It goes to show, depression does not care for how big you are, how strong, how rich, famous, how clever you are. Its grasp can have you drown indiscriminately. Understanding this and seeing Tyson come back to even this point, it's truly inspirational. The shock his peers have shown by his return is justified, for that in and of itself is a marveling feat to anyone who understands. But there is a double edge to this madness. One, the average individual will rarely ever understand unless they are engulfed in the depths of anguish themselves. When you are depressed, you do not care about anything. Why would you if you do not even care about your own life? When we understand this, seeing Tyson's high-risk, high-skill style, it starts to make a lot more sense. Tremendous finesse with feints and head movement, often hands down, considering the constant car collision that is the heavyweight division. The power of a 200-plus pound man armed with clean technique, it's vastly different from that of the divisions below. Watching Fury with his hands down, high finesse style, he is truly a man who fights on the edge. Only a man without fear could flow so imaginatively, creatively on the edge of the heavyweight division without losing track of his meticulous science. That's the gift his perpetual suffering has given him. It is often we find those who are plagued by their own minds are given gifts beyond what normal mortals can understand. For it would take that very suffering to understand. With this, we can also grasp his wild, outlandish personality, his remorseless trash talk. He is not afraid of any repercussion. Why would he fear any repercussion when you do not fear the ultimate repercussion? This has made him a very polarizing personality. One group of people who absolutely loathe him, another who recognize how truly skilled he is. This level of polarization has even caused brawls to break out amongst the crowd. It's a natural outcome when fans become too passionate, standing on opposite side of ideology. Clearly, Fury's morbid depression is double-edged. It keeps him, his friends, his family in constant wonder as to whether or not he'll make it the next day, but at the same time, nothing in that arena can hurt him more than his own mind. This reinforces our understanding of his lucid yet outlandish confidence. I doubt Fury, without his curse, could have schooled Klitschko so convincingly. It is perhaps integral as to why this big man has been near untouchable. His father naming him after Mike Tyson, that too, I find very interesting. Mike Tyson fell out of the game due to his mental health. Tyson Fury the same. But now we feel a new energy, one where a man plagued by his own mind seeks to overcome that torment through meaning. Knowing his curse is shared by many, 1 in 3 people in the US are taking medication for depression, and all of those who have fallen, people like Robin Williams, Anthony Bourdain, Kate Spade, Chester Bennington, the list can go on. From people we look up to individuals like you and me, it is a condition that is all too real. One that Fury looks to overcome, not for himself, but as a source of inspiration for others. He seeks to keep himself alive by hoping he can keep others alive all the same. Regardless of what has been said about this man, about his mouth, his style, regardless of what anyone thinks of him, this is an ideal worthy of respect. He has my admiration. But now another feeling does come into play. For his contenders, there is a glint of worry, because if we understood Fury was dangerous then, as the ball starts rolling, I can't think of a cocktail more dangerous than a man who's cool, fearless, in fire, but also lit with meaning. To that end, I'm excited for what is to come. Thank you, Tyson Fury, for this lesson.